Welcome back to Lost to Becoming. I'm your host, the one and only Kaylin. I'm excited. We're going to kick this off with dropping your location. All right, guys. So, when I say dropping your location, I am not meaning the state that you're in or the country that you're in. I am asking you, where are you mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually? We're going to act like it's a GPS and we're going to invite God in to this moment and where we are. I have a women's group, or I had a women's group that was called I Have Something to Say. Show me your scars. So, guys, I am going to be open and vulnerable enough to show you guys my scars. Honestly, it took me a while to make this video. This is my second time, honestly. And me trying to figure out where I am mentally, physically, emotionally. Overall, I think I'm just in a self protection mode. Been working on just healing and finding peace, trying to prevent myself from overthinking or overdoing things, trying to learn how to be a human being and not a human doing. All of these are easy said than done. One of the things I can definitely say I'm super grateful for is not only do I have the love of God on my side, but my foundation team. I just want to shout out to everybody. You know who you are if you when I say foundation team, and I thank you guys for everything. I thank you for listening to me. I thank you for helping me navigate this season. I thank you for allowing me to embrace every area in my life, and that's something that we'll kind of dive into a little bit more. But I think for me right now, it's just finding that peace and also being very protective of who I allow in my area. I also wanted to say, I don't know, but I've been going to counseling for about 4 years now. And one of the things my counselors like to say, and I love it, is do you really don't know or you just don't want to share? And with me being in this moment of just feeling like I just want to protect every energy and every part of myself, I would just say I just didn't want to share. But, you know, we're going to be open on this journey because it's not easy. It's not easy becoming who God calls you to be because that means now you have to deal with the things that you avoid, um, the things that you disassociate with, the things that you're like, man, I just thought I was over that. And honestly, it's like, no, it's just a different level. It's a different level that we got to go through. It's like one moment, it's like we dealt with it on the surface, but now we got to get to the root of the issue because not only will it continue to affect you on your journey, but it will kind of just show up in who we are, how we respond. I don't want to say behaviors, but that's kind of what I'm thinking of. That's the word I'm thinking of right now. And uh, like I said, guys, give me a little bit of grace and peace. I had a first video. It was like, oof, I don't even know what I said, honestly. And then I found that the audio didn't work. So that kind of made me a little frustrated. So if we're going to be 100% open and honest and not pretend where we are, that's where I'm at right now. And I'm like, oh, Lord, if you don't speak, then I don't know what to say now because I had so much to pour out. But one thing I can say also to you, we'll kind of do these in clips as well so that we'll make sure we get the full details. Um, let's start off talking about where we are. As I mentioned, it's about asking God for permission to come in. I'm a big imagination type of person. So as I'm kind of like staring off in space or whatever, it's like I'm actually seeing it as I walk through it because I enjoy just the visual of it. Like when you can see it or picture it, it just makes it a little bit more real. I'm also, not only do I like to think of it as a GPS, but I think of like the verse where he says he's standing at the door and he knocks. I think about it like Jesus standing at the porch and be like, all right, well, I'm here, and he's knocking all nice and gentle and stuff. And I'm in the house just trying to cover things up. And it's like, oh, okay, like I got to be all nice over here. I got to be all cute. I got to organize this. And it's like, okay. And then another part I like to think about is I think of a rug. I always like to be like, I don't really want to deal with that today. I'm just going to sweep that underneath the rug. Um, yeah. But like, I'm gonna find a picture and I'll put it in here. I'll probably put it in right after this little clip, but it's a picture of like a rug with a bunch of stuff hidden underneath it. And I can picture like, all right, Lord, you can come into my house. You have free range, but like don't leave this area here. It's like you have free range, but don't leave right here. But then it's like, how you've gone to somebody's house and like you see something, but you don't want to say nothing that you see it because like you got to talk about it. Yeah, it's one of those things. Like I feel like God walks in the house and he was like, oh, it's so beautiful because we're his, made in his image and we're his masterpiece. And then he's just sitting there. And he's like, I see that. Like I see the things that you've been trying to hide. I see the rug that you're stuffing all this stuff underneath, and I can't wait to add the picture in here. But I see it. But he's not gonna say it out loud because then what's gonna happen is we gotta give him permission. Like it's one thing to, and this is not just on a like a spiritual level, but like I'm thinking on just a level in general. Like we all have people or we know people. It's like you can't just force yourself into their journey. Like they gotta give you permission to access that, and that's how God is. At least in my relationship, for sure. Very gentle, and he's like, I'm not here to hurt you. I am here to help you. I'm here to stand with you. And he does it with so much love and compassion. Check out this video, or not really video, check out the picture with the rug. And I don't know about you guys, but if y'all are like that, I want to hear from you. Also, before I add the picture, I want to say we do have a Facebook page called Lost to Become an LLC. And you put the dots L.C. And I want to get it where we can start interacting with each other and being able to really just walk this journey out. As I mentioned, give me grace, and we'll see how God continues to grow the podcast and the business in general. Well, check out this picture, guys. It's just going to be a moment and we'll dive back in. Wow, man. When I was looking up them pictures, it just made me kind of laugh a little bit because it's like, there's no way you can walk in there and be like, I don't see that. I don't see all that stuff underneath the rug. Oh, and I like the little one where it's like, problems? No problems here. Isn't that how we do? God is like, no, there's nothing wrong with me here. No, that situation didn't hurt me. No, I don't know what you're talking about, God. Like it didn't happen. Like I've done that too, where it'll be like, it didn't happen. Oh well, and I kind of just like disassociated with it, and then like something happens, and now I'm like, Lord, and He's like, why are you crying? I don't know. I don't know. When then you realize there's that open wound that you did not heal. So definitely the healing journey is definitely necessary because then it allows you to heal unwanted wounds, unattended wounds, unwanted wounds. That's a wounds, not wounds, wounds, because yeah, it does affect you later on in life. I am learning that at this current moment that there is levels to things where you think that you've dealt with something, but you only dealt with it on the surface level. And it's like, now the more you dive into your healing, the more it's like, oh, that still kind of hurt. And in those moments, we want to really show up in compassion because I know I'm bad at saying, like, you should be over this by now, and or you should know better by now, and like really showing up in like shame or conviction. And I know my God doesn't convict me in a way where it's shameful or any negative way. He's always showing love. So in your journey of becoming, be compassionate to yourself, be loving to yourself, be embrace yourself in all moments. And I'm learning this because I am learning to embrace myself in all stages. Whether I'm happy, I'm angry, I'm a little bit more emotional. Wherever I am learning to embrace that. One thing too I learned in counseling, and just a cool tool, was it's called the 5 stages of change. And I can't tell you all of them, but the one that stood out to me the most is the very last one. And believe it or not, the very last one is called relapse. And like there's gonna be times where you relapse, and I like that it's at the ending because when you have those moments when it's coming up again, or when something has like scratched that wound that is not fully healed, you can really give yourself grace and know that like, although I'm still changing, I'm still healing, and this is a process, there's gonna be moments where I gotta go back around. Do you guys? It's funny, is, and I'm gonna be very open and transparent in this moment. Like I'm always gonna be like that. But either way, anyways, I have learned. I'm looking at the boundaries book right now. I have relearned boundaries so many times, and man, I don't even know if I I may need to do another course because I'm in the spot right now of just protecting my peace. And with that being said, like protecting my peace, um, means I gotta have a lot of like some really good healthy boundaries. So at the end of the day, if it's something that you continue to keep coming up on, it's okay. Give yourself grace to learn because we're all learning something. And sometimes, like I said, the first time may be just surface level of us just acknowledging that hey, it's there, and it's like we gotta get the details. And the next is we gotta go down and get the root of the problem. With all that being stated, um, just like I said, just be compassionate to yourself. Like we're not all gonna be 100% all the time. So even when you're not 100%, even when you're at like a 50 or whatever, I don't even shouldn't even put percentages on it. But when you're not where you feel like you should be, it's just embrace yourself. It's kind of like that little girl in you or that little boy in you, whatever. Embrace them because sometimes they need just enough loving as much as we do as an adult. And being able to go back and touch those wounds can really stir up some things, but it is definitely worth it. Like you're gonna hear more and more of my videos. I'm all about counseling, guys, and I'll definitely maybe one of my videos I can go through and like shed the myths of counseling because I think that is something big where we don't talk about a lot and we all think it's just you go in and talk to and it's really not. But back into just where are you? What are those things that we've been trying to run from? What are those things, guys? Like I see it, it's right there. I want to help you. Another thing, another way I like to look at it is as if I'm in a house. Like I said, he stands at the door, knock. And not only does he come in and help me clean up my rug, but like there's areas in my home. It's like, all right, well, Laura, you can freely go through all the house, right? And I think about like all the back in the day old homes that you kind of see on movies where they have the attics and stuff. And you have to like get up there. And God is like, all right, what about that? And I look at that attic as my mind, y'all. Like I've been working on overcoming, overthinking, and like just worrying about things. So it's been a lot. It's been getting a lot easier the more I continue to dive and be open about my journey and just heal, honestly. But it's like for so long, he's like, "What about that area up there?" And I'm like, "Nope, mm-mm." Nah, Lord, you can do any and every area you want, but this one right here, I got this. I don't know. Have you ever told God is like, you can do any and everything else in my life, but this area right here, Lord, I got this one. And then you come back to me, Lord, I don't got it. I don't have it. I don't have it at all. But I just like I said, this video is really just basically talking about let's give God that permission. So again, if you guys are on the Facebook page, definitely want to hear from you a little bit about where you are, and let's walk this journey together. Well, guys, I'm still embracing these moments. So again, I thank you for your grace. I hope everybody's week goes well, and we'll continue to dive into this. I just realized a moment ago because I know earlier I said I was a little frustrated that I had to make this video again. But I honestly realized that like I was trying to dive in so deep that sometimes it just takes time. So I'm gonna give myself grace in this moment to realize that it's okay. Like I don't have to get it all out at once. And that's a word for you and myself. It's okay. If you don't know right now, if you can't fully identify it, it's okay. Just ask God. Say, God, help me figure out where I'm at. So I just, I hope you guys take this time. Also, like I said, embrace it. The God will embrace you with love and compassion. And I want you to show up for yourself like that too. Well, again, welcome to Lost to Becoming. I love you guys. And enjoy your day.